Please see the timestamps on the screen to help you navigate through the video. If you are a first-time user of Echo, we do recommend watching the entire video from start to end to make sure that you get the most out of your Echo experience. Further information can be found on our support centre, and you can also contact our help desk team for further assistance. Thank you. Welcome to this training session on Lexicom Echo speech recognition. This session will cover how to accept the invitation to join Echo, how to download and install it, and then the best practice for using it. For further information and training videos, please visit our support centre. This can be easily found by searching online for Lexicom support. Once you have been added to your organisation's Echo team, you will receive an email inviting you to register. First, simply click the link in the email. This will open a page in an internet browser asking you to create a password. This is the password that you will use for this website and also to log into Echo itself. The password has to have a minimum of 8 characters, at least one number, and at least one capital letter. The password also has to be reasonably complex, so something like password 1 won't be accepted. Once the password is accepted, you will then see the login screen. This website is admin.lexicom.com. This is the website where you are able to download Echo from anytime you need to. In the future, if you need to come back to this website, simply type it directly into your browser. The link in the invitation email that you were sent will have now expired as it has been used. You can also come back to this site to reset your password for Echo if you ever forget it, simply by using the Forgotten Password button. For now, we can click on the green Login button to proceed. You will then be prompted to log in. Your username is the email address that you were registered with, and your password will be the one that you just created. You will then see your user page. This can also be viewed by clicking on the icon in the top right corner and selecting My Account. On the left are your personal details. Underneath is a button where you can change your password, and also a link to where you can create custom voice commands, which will be covered a little bit later in the session. On the right are your Echo teams. You will have a pending invitation, and you must click on the green tick to accept the invitation to join your team. Otherwise, you will not be able to use Echo. Underneath are My Applications. Click on the green Download button to start downloading Echo, and you can click on the Help button to view our articles on the Support Centre anytime you wish. However, if your IT provider are installing Echo for you, you won't need to go through the steps of downloading and installing it yourself. Depending on which browser you are using, you may be prompted whether you want to save or run the file. You can just choose Run. The installation window will then appear. First, accept the terms of the license agreement, and then select how you are going to install Echo. If you're an individual user, simply choose the top option. This is designed to not require administrator rights, so you should be able to install it yourself unless your IT provider has specific restrictions in place. The second option, the All Users installation, is designed for use by your IT provider if they are doing the installation for you. This will require administrator rights. The Per User install, the top option, will only install it for whoever is currently logged into Windows. The second option will install it for all users on the device. After the installation process, Echo will automatically open. On any other occasions when you want to run Echo, there will now be an icon on your desktop which you can simply double-click. Echo will also be listed in your Start menu. When Echo first loads, you will be asked to log in. These are the same login details as you used at admin.lexicom.com to download the software. Your username is the email address that you were registered with, and the password is the one that you created. You can ask Echo to remember these details so you don't have to put them in every time. When you have successfully logged in, Echo will load at the top of the screen. You can close Echo at any time you need to by clicking on the cross in the top right hand corner. Clicking on the gear icon will open up a menu with several options. The Monitors option allows you to move Echo onto a different screen if you have more than one set up. Simply choose the monitor where you want echo to appear. The settings option allows you to change several settings within echo. The first settings are the audio settings. The most important of these is the preferred audio input device. This is the microphone that you're going to be using with echo. If you click on the drop-down menu, you may see several different options. These are the various microphones being detected by echo. These could include a handheld microphone, headsets, and also built-in microphones. It's important to make sure that the microphone that you want to use is the one that is selected. That will ensure that echo is then able to receive the sound correctly and get the best sound quality and therefore accuracy possible. You can come back here anytime you want if you wish to change and use a different microphone. But before you use echo for the first time, do just make sure that the microphone that you want to use is the one that is selected. If you make any changes in the settings menu, make sure that you click the Save button in the lower right corner. The second options are command feedback. When you use voice commands, which we will look at a little bit later, echo can provide feedback to you. This can be in the form of an audible beep or by lights flashing on the microphone if that device is supported. You can turn these options off if you wish. The third option is the recording hotkey. It is possible to toggle the microphone on and off in echo by using a hotkey on your computer keyboard. By default, this is the plus key on the number pad on the right side of your keyboard. If you don't have the number pad on your keyboard, or you simply wish to change it to a different key, you can do that using the drop-down menu. Simply select the key that you wish to change it to. Again, you can come back and change this later if you wish. The final options that you have are whether echo will run when you start up Windows. If you have this option selected, then echo will automatically load when you log into your computer. This will save you from having to remember to open it manually. Remember, if you do make any changes to any of these areas within echo, make sure you click the Save button. Any changes that you make won't take effect until you save them. The Help option will take you directly to the Echo section on the Lexicom Support Center, where you will find a range of articles and videos to help you. The Account Administration button will take you back to your page on admin.lexicom.com. Echo can also be moved around the top of the screen by clicking and holding the mouse and dragging Echo to a different position. Echo will always sit on top of any other programs, so this allows you to see any buttons or icons which may be otherwise obscured. Before starting to use Echo, there are three main things that should be checked to help you get the very best results. Firstly, if you are using an Olympus RM4010P microphone, these have three different modes to affect how they listen to sound. There is a red mode, a blue mode, and a green mode. The green mode is the one which is most suited to speech recognition. This can be checked by holding down the F1 and insert buttons together on the microphone. If the light is blue or red, simply hold the buttons together for around 6 or 7 seconds until there is a beep. It will then change to the next mode. Repeat this if needed until the light is then green. Secondly, your microphone position can have a large impact on how well Echo can understand you. The microphone should be held around 5 to 10 centimeters away from your mouth. Too far away and Echo will struggle to hear you properly. Too close and the sound can become too loud and distorted, which again can affect the accuracy. So make sure there is a distance of around 5 to 10 centimeters for the best results. The microphone should be held nearly vertically and your voice should be going over the top of the microphone. The final thing to consider is your environment. Any background noise can affect echo. It doesn't need to be a perfectly silent environment, but a quieter area will tend to lead to better results. Always be aware of background noise such as other voices, radios, and desk fans, which can affect how clearly Echo can hear you. Using Echo is very straightforward. First, click the cursor into the field within the program where you want the text to appear. For the purposes of this demonstration, we will be using a Word document, but this could be an email, a browser, a record system, or any other program where you would normally be typing text. Then, when you are ready, hold down the record button on your microphone handset. If you are using a headset or a built-in microphone, you can instead use a hotkey on your keyboard. By default, this is the plus key on the number pad on the right side of your keyboard. If you wish, you can change that to a different key within the Echo settings. When you do this, the center of Echo will turn into some red animated lines to show that it is now listening to you. You are then able to dictate the text that you want Echo to transcribe, and then release the record button on the microphone when you are done. All of your punctuation can be said as part of your dictation, and you will get the best results if you speak to Echo in fluent, full sentences. This is a test dictation, full stop. I am speaking in my normal voice and the text is being transcribed, full stop, new paragraph. As you can see, comma, writing text with your voice is very simple, full stop. All punctuation can be said as part of the dictation, full stop. As you may have noticed, when you are speaking to Echo, the text doesn't appear immediately. This is because Echo waits until it is confident that you have finished that section before it makes its decisions and inserts the transcribed text. When you are using Echo, don't ever wait for it to catch up with you or worry about it being slow or delayed. It is listening to you and transcribing everything that you are saying. It's just waiting until you have moved on, and then it will insert the text. It will also insert any outstanding text when you release the microphone record button. If you need to make any corrections or changes to the text once it's been inserted, simply use your mouse and keyboard to do this manually. You can then carry on recording more dictation if you wish. You can just do 1 or 2 sentences at a time, or entire paragraphs, whichever you prefer. To then use Echo in a different program, simply go to that program, click the mouse into a text field there, and then hold down record and start speaking again. Echo does have extensive vocabularies, but occasionally you may say a word or phrase to Echo that isn't transcribed correctly. If that happens, the first thing to do is to try this again to ensure that it is definitely not able to transcribe that particular word or phrase. If that's the case, you can submit feedback to help future improvements of the vocabulary. To do this, go to the Echo menu and select the Feedback option. This will bring up the feedback window. You then simply need to fill out the information. Select the language model you're using, whether that's medical or legal. What the speaker said is the words that you said to Echo to attempt this part of transcription. What the system wrote is exactly how it actually appeared on the page. You can copy and paste into this box if you wish. And then finally, what was expected is how it should be written on the page. Make sure you include any capitalization within this to make sure it's added into the dictionary correctly. This can be used for an individual word, a phrase, an acronym, or anything that Echo isn't able to transcribe successfully for you. This can be particularly useful for any localized vocabulary and terms that you may have. Once you've filled out the fields, simply click the red record button and then say the word or phrase that Echo was attempting to transcribe. This is to provide us with an example of the pronunciation so that it can be added into the dictionary successfully. Once you've recorded your snippet, you can press the play button to listen back to it. If you wish to re-record it, simply press the record button again. Once you have filled out the information and you have recorded the audio snippet of the pronunciation, simply press the send button. This will then send the snippet to our team. All of these submissions are reviewed manually and will be considered for inclusion in the next update of the vocabulary. This process can take 2 to 3 weeks. There are also voice commands that you can use with Echo to carry out actions on your computer. A full list of these can be found on our support center or by saying, "What can I say?" when you have Echo's microphone switched on. When you use a command, there does need to be a short pause before and after in order for it to be recognized correctly. The best practice is to say these as their own individual dictation. By saying, "What can I say?" to Echo, you can bring up a list of all the commands available to you. In this window, they are divided into 4 lists. There are global commands, which will work in all programs. These include common key presses such as press enter and press delete. The default commands will also work in all programs. These include some other actions, and this will also list any custom commands that you have created as well. There are also lists at the bottom for commands that work specifically within the EMIS Web and SystmOne clinical systems. Press Enter. Press Delete. Press Tab. Go to the bottom. Undo. Show the desktop. In addition to Echo's built-in commands, you do also have the ability to create your own custom commands. These can be used for key presses, as we have seen, but also for inserting blocks of commonly used text, such as parts of letters, emails, or signatures. To do this, log back into admin.lexicom.com. You can go there directly in a browser, or you can open up Echo's menu and click the Account Administration button to go there directly. On the page, you'll see the left column has an option that says Personal Echo Commands. Clicking this will take you to the page where you can manage and add them whenever you wish. This will bring up the command creation window. There are 2 different types of commands that you can create here. Keyboard shortcuts for replicating shortcuts within certain programs, or text snippets for inserting blocks of commonly used text. We'll have a look at how you can create both of these types of commands. To create a command, click the plus button on the right-hand side. It will then come up with some fields asking you to fill in some information. First of all, choose the type of command that you're going to create. First of all, we'll create a text snippet. Enter a description for the command. This is purely for your reference. Then enter a spoken phrase. The spoken phrase is what you are going to say to Echo in order to activate that command. We've seen examples of spoken phrases of built-in commands such as press enter or new paragraph. So simply insert the word or phrase that you want to say to Echo in order to activate this particular command. The spoken phrase does have to be unique and cannot be used for any other commands. Finally, click the Edit Snippet button and insert the text that you want Echo to write when you use this command. Within this box, you can write, you can paste, or you could dictate with Echo. You can also format the text on multiple lines if you wish. When you are done, click the Save button. If you're then finished with this command, click the tick under Actions to save that command. You can then add more commands immediately if you wish, or if you're finished on the page, click the green Save button at the bottom. Before we can then use that command, there is one final step that we need to do, and that is to switch on the microphone and say, Update Commands. By saying that to Echo, we're telling it to look at this list and make sure that it has the latest version of the commands available. To then use our command that we've created, we would simply click the mouse into any program, say the spoken phrase, and Echo would then insert that block of text for us. Keyboard shortcut commands are created in a very similar way. Again, simply click on the plus key to create a new command. We will keep the type on keyboard shortcut. One extra thing that you need to do with a keyboard shortcut command is to make sure that it is set up correctly with this option at the top. We can see it currently says defaults, but if we click on that, we get several other options. If you want to create this keyboard shortcut command to work specifically in EMIS Web, Microsoft Outlook, or SystmOne, make sure that you select that option from the drop-down menu. If you want this keyboard shortcut command to work in any other program, just leave the option on defaults. Again, simply enter a description for this command, enter a unique spoken phrase, and then click the button that says Edit Shortcuts. This time, rather than inserting a piece of text when the command is activated, Echo will press a key or keys. We then need to simply tell Echo what keys we want it to press. For this particular example, we're going to create a simple keyboard shortcut command for pasting. The shortcut for pasting is pressing Ctrl and V together. If I press Ctrl on the keyboard, it will set that as my first key. If you want it to press keys at the same time, make sure they are added next to each other on the same row. You can add keys. You can also remove them if you wish. You can create very simple keyboard shortcut commands such as this. You can also create ones that are more complex and carry out a sequence of actions. If you add rows underneath, Echo will do those actions after the previous actions. So for example, I could create a command that pastes by pressing Ctrl V and then presses the Enter key. You can add multiple rows to create longer sequences of key presses depending on the effect that you want. This could be particularly useful, for example, in record systems to open a menu, navigate up or down several steps, pressing an Enter key, for example. This can allow you to automate selecting and opening certain areas within programs by simply using a voice command instead. When you're happy with the keystrokes, simply click the Save button. And as before, click the tick to save the command. Again, when you're done on this page, click the Save button at the bottom and make sure that you switch on the microphone and say Update Commands to Echo before you start to use them. The keyboard shortcut is used in exactly the same way. We would simply say the spoken phrase that we've set up, and Echo will then execute that command for us. If you want to check that Echo has successfully updated the commands once you've created them, if you open up the What Can I Say menu within Echo, if you look under Defaults, custom commands will then be listed within there. So I know that Echo has successfully updated those and is ready to use them. You can come back to this page at any time to add more commands. You can delete them if you wish, and you can also click on the Edit button if you want to go back and make any changes to the spoken phrase, the text, or the key presses. There are also a range of voice commands that can be used specifically within SystmOne. Please see the Lexicon Support Center for a full listing of these. These are used in exactly the same way as the generic commands. They do need to be said as their own separate phrase with a short pause before and afterwards. Search patient. Smith. Press Enter. Press Enter. Start consultation. Scene with mother, full stop, new line, reports chickenpox, full stop, third day, full stop, seems well in himself, full stop, new line, concerned about a lesion close to lower lid left eye, full stop. Press tab. Temperature 36.4 degrees Celsius, new line, no uptake with fluorescent dye, full stop. Press tab. Chickenpox. Press enter. Press tab. Reassured the patient, full stop, new line, advised on symptomatic treatment, full stop, new line, review as needed, full stop. This final section of the training will look at how Echo and Lexicon 3 can work together and independently. If you don't have Lexicon 3 digital dictation, you may wish to skip this section and move to the end. Lexicon 3 and Echo have been designed so that only one of them will be active at any time. This is because they both use the same microphone and both respond to the record button on that microphone. This is to prevent any unwanted recordings or transcriptions taking place. Otherwise, both programs would start listening to you when you press the record button. At the moment, with both programs open, only Echo is active. Lexicon is greyed out and inactive. If you were to now press the record button on the microphone, only Echo would respond, allowing you to use it for transcribing text into programs without worrying that Lexicon is going to be recording audio that you don't want. You can also switch between the two programs easily. This can be done by pressing the F1 button on your microphone handset. When you press F1 on the microphone handset, Echo is then deactivated and Lexicon is reactivated. You can tell that Echo is inactive by the red circle with the cross. Now only Lexicon is responding to the microphone button and Echo is inactive. You can therefore do normal dictations without worrying about Echo transcribing any text that you don't want. To change back to just using Echo, simply press the F1 button on the microphone handset again. Lexicon will be deactivated and Echo will be reactivated. You can press the F1 button to toggle between the two programs whenever you wish, without having to close them down and reopen them. There is, however, also a way to use Lexicon and Echo at the same time. This can allow you to send dictations in Lexicon with the text already transcribed. This means that the type users will receive the dictation and still have the audio as normal, but will also have the text written out by Echo, which they can then easily copy and amend as necessary. First, have only Echo active. You can switch to this by pressing the F1 button on the microphone handset. When Echo is active, you then receive a small box in the top right corner of your screen saying that Echo Live is now in control. If you click the Return to Client button, Lexicon will reactivate, but Echo will also stay active. Now you can see that both Echo and Lexicon are active and both will respond when you hold the record button on your microphone. To do these dictations, first set up the details within Lexicon as you normally would, and then click the mouse into the Notes box underneath. Then simply hold the record button on the microphone and say your dictation. As you do, Lexicon will be recording the audio, but Echo will transcribe the text into the notes box. As you are using Echo, it's advisable to also say all of your punctuation as you go along. Once your dictation is complete, you can then edit the text and the audio if you wish before sending the dictation as you normally would. It may be advisable to say at the start of the dictation that you are using Echo to make sure that your type users are aware so that they can look in the notes to find the transcribed text. The dictation will go through to your typing pool as it normally does, and your type users can open it. It will load the audio on their toolbar as normal. They do not need Echo in order to then see the transcribed text. To access the transcribed text, the type user needs to click the Dictation Details, the magnifying glass icon, on the toolbar. Then go to the Dictation Notes tab, and the text that was written into the notes when the dictation was created will be there. This can then be copied and pasted into a template or any other program, and then edited as necessary. They should still listen through to the dictation to ensure that the transcription is accurate. That concludes this training session on Lexicom Echo speech recognition. In this session, we have covered how to transcribe text into programs, how to use voice commands, and also how to use Echo alongside the Lexicom 3 digital dictation platform. For further information and a complete listing of the commands available, please see the Lexicom Support Center. If you require any further assistance or technical help, please contact our help desk. Their contact details can be found at the Support Center. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy your Echo experience.